Well, hello and welcome to practice today. I've just had some beautiful lunch teaching this morning at Lot 14, and I want to record this beautiful little 30-minute practice with you today. And this one would be great to do at any time of the day, really. So let's find our way onto our backs and start off. With just a big, generous sigh there. A couple of those just like that. It feels so good. Here's my little yoga buddy. Yeah. A few little sighs there. Hey, Scout. Hey, buddy. Nice. And then from this shape here, just going to take a little gentle twist, drop those legs over to the left side and take a nice little easy stretch. So you're going to feel a stretch through the front of the right hip. Maybe the arms open out wide. Maybe you give your papa a little bit of a scratch on the tummy. Just let the body rest for just a moment, or just gently wake up or soften down. And then on your next breath in, you'll just bring the legs up through center and then drop them over to the other side. Yeah, we will, buddy. We will. Yeah. And take a little bit of time there. I love it when you join me for yoga, Scout. It's really fun. It's all And then legs come on back through center. A little early hip stretch, so cross your right ankle over your left knee, and either choose to just stay exactly like this if that's enough. Or if you, you want a little bit more, you can take your hands behind your left thigh. And then just a little rock from side to side, just checking in, seeing how those hips feel today. That's certainly tight. And then a little swap on over of the legs. Left leg comes up, little anchoring of the sacrum to the mat. An easy hip stretch here. That's an easy way to stretch the hips, especially if the knees or your hips are feeling a little cantankerous today. And then stretching the legs on up to sky, hands behind the thighs, a couple little rocks and roll. Certainly getting my digestion going, that's for sure. And then sweep those little legs up, on and around, and find your way onto all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Vidalasana, cat-cow, drop the belly on the collarbones, broaden through the chest. And then an exhale breath as you scoop and lift and round into the back, into your cat stretch. Breath in, belly drops, heart falls forward. And then exhale as the belly scoops, tail tucks, and we lift. 2 more times, belly drops, heart falls forward. And then exhale, scoop and lift and round, cat stretch. Come back into neutral, stretch your left leg, right hand stays down on the mat. Just lift your right shin and open on out to the left side of your mat. Little modified side plank, this beautiful reach, and stacking the bones, so shoulder over elbow, elbow over wrist as you reach. Stretch to the side of the body. And then as you lift the arm and take a breath in, lift the leg as well. Go for a couple more of those. So exhale breath as you stretch. Inhale breath as you lift the arm. Go 2 more times here, breath in as you reach. And then lift and open. And again, in and lengthen. Exhale as you lift. Take the leg back behind you A little easy flash dance here. So really open up through the left side body. Gaze can look down, or if the neck and shoulders allow, look up. And then come back onto all fours. Ooh, a little cat-cow there. I'm going to change the position of my hands now. So fingertips back, a few little cat-cows here. So just stretching through the front of the forearms. Exhale breath as you scoop and round. Breath in as the heart falls forward. Breath out as this heart scoops and tucks. One more. I think I need to cut that leaf off. A bit yellow. And back up. Come back into hands in their normal position. So fingertips forward, stretch the right leg, and then open out to the right side of your mat into that modified side plank. Big reach up into the top hand. And then side bend, really opening up into the stretchy band of your side waist. Oh, breath in as the leg lifts. Breath out as you stretch. See if you can make this feel really good in your body. So any kind of free movement here that feels really nourishing. Add it in, take it in, and then press on out. One more time. Big breath in as you lift, and then drop the foot down. Come into your open flash. Woo, flash dance. Cramp there. So out you go. So you might cramp just like I did. So just pull it back to the Oh. Come back onto all fours. A little. Oh, I need to just stretch out through those wrists. I'm going to place my fingertips back towards my knees and then press on back. Now, some folk have the mobility to keep the backs of the hands down onto the mat and then to straighten the arms. I haven't, but if you can, go for it. Be careful, not be careful, but just be mindful there. And just stretch through the forearms and the wrist. All right, place the hands back. Nice high five at the hands. Lift up into downward dog. One pedal stroke than the other, just stretching out calves, Achilles, and heels, pressing the knuckle joints of your fingers into the mat. Ooh, take a couple of beats there. And then your left leg's going to take a little three-pointed dog, not too much. And then tiger curl in and step it forward, drop the back knee. And then low lunge, Ajjanasana, arms reach on up. Big lap pull and open through chest. Sweep the arms back up. And then Ardha Hanumanasana, half monkey split as you breathe out. A little shift forward into the front knee, right hand anchors down, big circle up, back and around. Reach forward and then reverse the arm the other way. So enjoy another side stretch through the body and then hands back to the mat. Lift the back knee, dog. Right leg, three-pointed breath in. Tiger curl, breath out. Step, top of the mat, drop the back knee down. Reach the arms up, belly in, lift up. And then that beautiful practice, up, pull down. Sweep the arms up, big breath in. And then as you exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana again. Soft bend into the front leg, circle the right arm forward, up and back. Sweep it forward and then back. Nice, hands come to the mat, downward facing dog pose. A little shift high on the toes, round through the upper back as you come into your plank Kumbhakasana. Shift forward on the toes and either stay there or drop the knees and then hug the elbows in tight as you lower down slow. 3 little cobras, breath in as the heart pulls forward. Breath out as you bow. 2 more, breath in. Shoulders loop back, feel the squeeze in between the blades. Exhale as you down. The triceps working back of arms and delts. And then lower down. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog pose as you breathe on out. And then let's slowly walk towards the top of the mat. Come into your ragdoll down. Just take the load off the wrists. And then slow motion, start to pull your body on up to stand. Sweep the arms up, 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 up. And then lat pull down, down. Take a little stork pose now. Shift your weight to your right leg, breath in. I'm going to come to this side of my mat. You don't have to switch. So then your left leg lifts on up. Take that stork pose, really anchoring into the standing leg, lifting up through this glute. And the arms reach and the gaze is steady. And it's that keeps you balanced and ready. Vriksasana, tree pose, is next. So you can reach down for the left ankle, either above the knee or below or kickstand. So you choose where you want to take your tree. And so when you make contact with the standing leg, those two parts of your body press and magnetize together. I'm going to go here. And so really press those two parts together, calf to foot, foot to calf. Any expression of arms that feels good for you, shift the gaze, lift the heart. And then hover your tree, taking it off your supporting leg, opening out to the left long edge of your mat. Find your warrior two. So nice steady stance through the legs there. Little tuck on, not a big tuck of the tail under, but just think more of a lengthening of the lower back. Yeah. Arms reach out long. Take a few beautiful breaths there. Reach forwards, reverse, keep the legs just as they are. And then side angle. So you're dropping the right forearm to the right thigh. And then this time circle the left arm forward, up, and reach. And here, try not to anchor or sink down into that right shoulder. So really lifting up. Stay here for a breath in, and again, stay on the exhale if it's perfect, or maybe two hands, Dvihasta. Gaze can look down or to me. That's it. And then reverse, straighten the front leg as you breathe out. Ooh, breath in as you transit. And then out as you come down, top of mat. Take a little flow here. If you want a little more, you could always hover your right leg as you lower down, or 2 feet to the mat. 2 feet to the mat now as you take your cobra. Or maybe there's an upward facing dog if it's part of your practice. Belly lifts to take you back to your dog pose. Stay here for a full breath in. Soften your breath out. Left leg will stream, 3-pointed dog, breath in. Left knee curls on in. Step left foot down. Ooh. And then from here we've switched. No. All the excitement. Lift on up into that stork pose. So left legs down, right knees to chest. All the excitement. Stay for a full breath there. And that might happen in your home too while you're practicing yoga. But don't let that distract you. Take hold of the right foot, place it to the upper thigh, and then magnetize those two parts of your body together. Again, I'm just going to drop below the knee today. Reach those arms to whatever expression works for your body and open the arms out. And then lift the right knee, little hovering tree, and open on out to the right side of your mat. Oh, my apologies for that racket. But that's the beautiful thing about practicing in your home. I actually thought at once it was more of a distraction to practice at home. But that in itself is a practice, is how can you stay steady and grounded in an environment around you, whether that be in a studio or in your home, That is so full of the busyness. Let's reverse. Big breath in as you lift and reverse. And then side angle as you breathe out. Reach it forward and then open and up. Take a full breath in as you breathe some energy into the top hand, and then stay if you wish, or maybe two hands as you breathe out. Breath in to out as you reverse to transit, and then cartwheel top of your mat. Your left leg reaches on back, maybe hover it if you wish, or put it to the mat and then lower down slow. Breath in, heart pulls forward, and then breath out, child's pose. Heels to feet. I didn't get that to rhyme. That was a bit funny. Just take a couple of breaths there. The forehead is down. And the energy starts to drop down. A little rock of the forehead from side to side. That gentle massage can feel quite grounding. And then shift on back up onto hands and knees, and then back into your dog pose. A little roll up high on the toes, shoulders back over the hands, and a little bit of strength for the core. So from here, drop your left heel, left side of your foot to the mat, and then open up the right arm, stacking the bones again. So almost feel like you're dragging that hand past the chest and up. Stay here if perfect, or if you'd like a little more, I'm not going to, but you could lift that top leg off your bottom. Take a full breath in. As you breathe out, come back through center and then drop the heels, other side, and up you go. The top leg can lift. Find the length from crown to heels. Little squeeze, everything's energized here. And then back onto your hands. Good, drop the knees. Come up and sit on your heels. A little toe stretch. Nice. Bring your right elbow up, your left elbow hooks under, a little eagle arms to stretch out through the upper body. It's good. Drop in again, back to that breath in and out through nose. The elbows maybe pull forward just a little, feeling the stretch in between the collarbone, not the collarbones, but your scapula. And then a big open through the chest. Take a little lift up, interlace fingers, and then roll the shoulder heads back and lift up through the chest. Little squeeze of the bottom. And then lowering back down onto your heels. And then the left arm comes in, right elbow under. That interlocking. Breathe deeply into the space in between your shoulder blades. Last couple of beats there. And then open up through the chest. Turn the fingertips back so you get that gorgeous stretch through the front of your body, into the wrists, into the chest. A little drop of your right ear to your shoulder. A little drop down of the nose towards that shoulder and back up. And up through center. And then a little drop down, nose to the left. Good. Let's come down onto our seat, and we'll come into a little bit of yin to finish off our practice today. So we'll come into a caterpillar shape. So if the floor is so far away from you that you're like, oh my goodness, I'm never going to get my head down to the floor, go for legs up the wall will be another nice way to stretch. Or you can use your yoga blocks a little bit like Lego blocks, and then rest the forehead on a little TP shape there. Or you can also just let the head dangle, so you get that full stretch through the mid to upper back, and especially from the weight of your head, giving you that extra little bit of pull. I like to have a block underneath my forehead. Your hamstrings are really tight, just slide your forearms underneath your shins, and that can work as a little bit of a blanket roll underneath your shin. We'll take 3 rounds of beautiful, big, deep belly and chest breaths here. Just ever so gently allowing the energy of the practice to start to down-regulate. One more round of breath there. Slow motion, unbind your arms, press your body back on, up to seat. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? And then we'll come onto our sides using the 2 blocks. And this is where also a cushion might come in handy. So the 2 blocks are across your mat. And then this beautiful little lap cushion is quite nice for this neck shape. So another opening into the side body. So just bring your right thigh up close to your blocks and your pillow, your blanket. Or if you've got a bolster, definitely use it. And then your right arm's going to lay down, your head's going to be nice and rested. And then I've just staggered my legs a little here, like a little deer legs, and just taking my top arm up and over. And so here I'm getting a beautiful stretch down the side of my waist, maybe into the outer hip as well, which is quite nice. The arm up and over the head is uncomfortable. You can always just find the arm behind you or just rest it on beside your body. And 3 full rounds of breath there. Ready to come out of that shape, just slow motion, using your left hand to press your body on up. And we'll take a nice little easy hip stretch. You're just going to fold forward over your front leg. Oh, that's nice. And so we're not after a deep, deep sensation here, just after a sensation in your right outer hip. Just enough to ease out that little bit of balance work that we did in stalk and tree. A couple of rounds of breath here. And when you're ready, use the hands to press yourself up. And I'm going to move my things to the other side, but you can simply just turn to your other side, so your back would be towards me. And then your left thigh will be towards your block and your cushion. Lay the waist in. So it's really important to tuck that up into the waist so you get the full stretch. And a little Zanzibar. And then stretch the top arm out long. And getting that nice little opening through your right hip now. Right side waist. Breathing deeply into that space in between the ribs. Taking one more round of breath there together. When you're ready, coming out of that, using the strength of your arms, and then just slow motion, move straight into that little mini deer. The forehead can rest down on your hands, with a stretch into your left outer hip. And the breath remains smooth and steady. Just taking a few more deep rounds of breath there. And then slow motion, pressing your way up. All right, one last little shape before we come into the most loved shape of all. So this is a little back bend over your bolster and blocks. Pillow and blocks. So if you're working with a really, really plump bolster, have a cushion to rest your head on. Or if you're working at home, you can just use a cushion like what we've got, if you can see through Scout's bottom, through the cushion just behind you. All good. And then we're just going to lay back over. Now be mindful here. You want it to be on the bony part of your upper back. So it might take a couple of times. There it is. Hands behind the head as you rest the head back. Oh, that's the spot. Yay, there it is. Big, nice, juicy back bend. And as we get older, I know I'm noticing in my body, the upper back just feels so much stiffer than what it used to. So a little bit of time in this to kind of allow the kyphosis of our upper backs, the natural rounding. Just slowly start to let go. Back extension, especially for the upper back, so important as we get older. And I know that word older for some of us can feel like a little bit of a swear word, but it's certainly not younger. But I also think if I had done a little bit more of this in my youth, perhaps in my 50s, which is where I am now, I wouldn't be feeling the deeper urge to want to be in this shape more often. I guess it also reverses the posture that most of us tend to find ourselves in. That feels so good. Just last full round of breath here. To make our way out of this, just take the hands behind the head, bring the chin to the chest, maybe use one leg to bring you on up. And then I'm going to remove those blocks. And what I love for Shavasana right now is just to take my cushion, and a cushion more so than a big plump bolster, and just lay my spine and my body over the support of that cushion. So fabulous. Just feels like I'm being completely supported. My back body can completely soften and rest. And let's just quietly together allow our bodies to breathe, just as they know how to. Hey, little buddy. Hey. Of course, let yourself just continue to rest here as long as you need. And this is where you might roll to a side and just press pause. And continue to rest. Or if you need to start moving to move into the rest of your day, with slow motion, start to send some movement down to your fingers, to your toes. A little rock of the hips from side to side. And then if you need a little bit of yang energy to get you into the rest of your afternoon or to begin your day, bring your hands behind your legs, a little curl on up. Use some energy to bring you up. And we'll close and finish our practice together. So just finishing with those hands resting at your heart space. And as we breathe and sit in the presence of each other, this gentle reminder to high five your heart. To remind yourself of how capable, strong, and confident that you are.